Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Arsenal just beat Burnley 2-0. Another clean sheet, another set-piece goal. 7 points clear at the top of the table. I am gassed, as you can tell. We got my boy Gunnar Souls in the building. And of course, Viktor Gyökeres had himself a masterclass of a first half. Mikel Arteta using his substitutes and his squad to his full capabilities, making sure players are rested and ready to go for the next game, as he knows he's short on attacking options. We can talk about the good. There was a little bit of bad, but most of it was very good. Also, set piece king once again. Gabriel Magalhaes gets another assist. Bro, man's getting more assists than attacking players. Man's getting more goals than attacking players. I'm telling you, he's coming for that Premier League Player of the Season award, Gabriel Magalhaes is. And of course, Burnley, a team that took Liverpool to 95 minutes before they could score a penalty. We took them apart in 14 minutes, bro. We took them apart 14 minutes. And at this point, people just need to give up. People need to give up. People need to give up on this league. People need to give up. You're not catching us. I know it's early. I know people like to do the humble thing until it's mathematically guaranteed that they win the league. But Arsenal are on pace to go and get their first Premier League title in over 20 years, and there's nothing anyone can do about it right now. We're not facing too many shots. We're not facing too many chances on goal. We're consistently outperforming our opponents on a regular basis. And you guys need to realize, wake up and smell the coffee. This team this year is legit. There's no bottle jobs. There's none of that. And we've been battling injuries all season. We've been battling problems all season, and we're still consistent. It's not about this game versus Burnley. It's about the level of consistency. 9 games in a row. 9 games in a row we've won. 7 games in a row with no goals conceded. We've had 4 games this season where our opponent has 0 shots on target. This was another one of them. Honestly, amazing. Take it away, Souls. What are you saying?
Yeah, we've already got one title, the Invincibles. We're going to become the Inevitables, and that's exactly what's happening. Every single game, you're going to get a set piece whether you like it or not. You know, the rivals can cry about it, but we're going to set piece our way to a league title. And that's exactly what I want. I want a set piece goal in every single game. And do you know what I want in the final game when we win it? In the 90th minute, just to score a set piece for the fun of it. And that's what wins us the league. Because it'll just be funny, just rub it in even more. And you can put set piece FC instead of Arsenal FC if you really want to, because that's just what we're going to do. And do you know what? Another clean sheet. That's what now, 8th clean sheets in 9-10 games in the season. It's incredible numbers. And we've only conceded 3 goals all season. It's absolutely incredible.
Just give Raya the golden boot. I mean, the golden glove. Give it to him.
Yeah, he's running with it. He's not even like, he's running with that golden glove. And he's not even having to do much to win it. That's how incredible this team is. And, we're seeing the rotations. We've asked from Arteta, can you get, your in-game management to be better? Can you do this? Can you do that? He's answering every single question this season. Despite the number of injuries, we've had Saka injured, we've had Ødegaard injured, we've had Saliba come out of the team, we've had other injuries as well. Madueke got injured as well. Martinelli's now injured. And you know what the funniest thing is? We're going into these games, even with these injuries, going, we're going to win. And it's crazy to think that, like, last season we were like, oh shit, Saka's injured. We may or may not win. We're a bit more hesitant. Whereas with these games, I wake up, I'm like, yeah, what time I'm playing? Yeah, cool, calm. I'm not even worried. I'm not even concerned. I'm not even going into these games with a bit of nerve. I'm like, yeah, it's a matter of how much are we going to win by? No longer a case of are we going to win? Even when we're going into the Slavia Prague game next, when we're going into the Sunderland game next week, yeah, there might be a bit of nerves because Sunderland are doing really well. But you're going into these games with absolute confidence that we'll get something out of it. And that's kind of where the difference is from other seasons. Yes, there was a bit of copium, whatever, and delusion even. But this season, I think the proof's in the pudding. No matter what adversity we're going to go through, we've bounced back. We were 5 points behind Liverpool. I think people need to understand this. We were 5 points behind Liverpool this season, and now we're 7 points clear. I don't know if it's clear of them or clear of second place, but either way, it's 7 or more points than Liverpool. And that's, at this point in the season, it's incredible not just to come back and close the gap between them, but to overtake them and create a gap in 10 games. It's incredible scenes from Arsenal. And that's the mentality that we're trying to show. Like, not only can we come back from a point deficit, but we can take it over. That's all that needs to be said.
Let's get engaged with the comment section before we get on to the next thing. Man says, man like Gyökeres, why did he come off? We're going to talk about that in a bit. I do think it was just precautionary reasons. Big up Eagle and Soul, smash the like button. Of course, people do smash the like button right now. It's absolutely free. It helps out the channel massively. And of course, you know what else helps out the channel? Check out OK Jerseys if you guys want some discounts on football jerseys. You guys can go on okjersey.com, check it out. And of course, you can use the code EGAL to get an 8% discount on whatever you want to buy. Now, why did Gyökeres get taken off? That is a big question everyone wants to ask. Why do you consider our biggest who do you consider our biggest threat, Egal? You know what? These are good questions. We're gonna get to all of them. But the first one, Big Gabby and Saliba partnership, since they are one of the best partnerships. That is a fact. These are great questions today. We got a lot to discuss, man. Souls, where do we begin? Should we begin with Gyökeres?
Yeah, it has to be, man. We need
man of the match.
100%.
Man of the match was either him or Declan Rice. Which one you giving it to?
Gyökeres, man. Gyökeres, easy.
45 minutes. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, in that 45 minutes, he had a goal. He created 2 chances. No, he created 3 chances. And of course, he scored. He set up the pass to Leandro Trossard that led to the goal. So overall performance from him was great. And you know what? People call him flat track Willie, call him whatever you want. He stepped up big time today, and he only played 46 minutes. In that time, he did all of that. Can you believe it? And also, he had 17 touches. People say he doesn't get many touches in a game. He literally started the turnover from the set piece for Burnley to the goal. He was integral to today's performance, and shout out to him. And he even had 2 defensive contributions. Can you believe it?
I mean, look, I've had my reservations on Gyökeres, and I'm not saying anything's changed just because of one game, but this is by far his best game. This is exactly kind of what we were promised when we bought in Viktor Gyökeres, the kind of games that he can do, and these are the kinds of games, don't forget that people need to understand, these are the games that we slip up in. You know, Burnley are no mugs. They've not conceded more than a single goal since their championship rise as well. And coming into the Premier League, not many teams have been able to dominate them. You know, even if someone has gotten more than 1 goal, it's probably one or two other games in their last campaign and coming into this season. That shows how well defensively they're doing, how structured they are. Like, they're not an easy team to break down, but yet, you know, Gyökeres is having his field day with them. He actually looked a lot stronger today. He looked fitter today. He looked like a complete player. Maybe that rest midweek against Brighton is exactly what he needed. You know, he's been playing virtually. I mean, I can't remember.
Maybe that's why he came off.
I think that, plus a lot of people saying a nose injury, but I can't imagine that being the case because he was sat on the bench anyway. I just think it's the number of minutes he's played and he needed a rest, because unless someone can tell me otherwise, I can't remember even when he's come off in a game. So he
didn't play the last game.
No, other than Brighton. Other than Brighton, he's played virtually every other minute. Like, every single minute he's virtually played. Or if he has come off, he's come off after the 80th minute. So I just think it's the sheer number of games he's played. Plus, he didn't really have a preseason. I know he played 2 games for us, but it's not enough to say you've had a full preseason and you're fit and healthy and all of that sort of stuff. So I think it's just a case of 2 things happened, where the reason why he had a slow start was just the fact that he was getting match fit. And then once he got match fit, he's just played too many minutes. So, look, today it was a phenomenal game, an absolutely phenomenal. I can't floor any sort of part of his game today. Even the fact that, you know, when people say he does like to also come on wide and help players kind of come centrally, he did that as well. There's a lot of times he found himself where Trossard and Martinelli found themselves, and obviously Trossard drifted in a little bit to the centre points. And, you know, if we had Martinelli, that would have been the perfect kind of combination play. So we're starting to now see a lot more involvement, and that's what I've said. Even if he didn't score today, it's his involvement really in the game, besides his goal, that we want to start seeing is show yourself in a game, even if you don't score. And that's what he did today.
Arsenal were utterly dominant, but Viktor Gyökeres was one of the main driving forces of that dominance. And it's just great to see him actually be a key contributor to the game and win the game and help us win the game with a goal. And of course, everything else. But can this now set Gyökeres on fire? Can this now get him to continue to scoring goals and getting more contributions? He could have easily came out of that game with a goal and 2 assists. But yeah, he has not lit it up yet, but hopefully this sparks him to go and kick on from here.
The next game's good for him as well because he's playing Slavia Prague. I mean, no disrespect to them. I know we're playing, I think it is away actually, but it's a game where I expect him to get at least a goal. So that might be a good stead to go, okay, he scored and he scored and he scored. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about set pieces. Set piece FC. I could not care less. Could you? Does anybody care? Is anybody affected by the set piece FC jokes? Because in my opinion, at this point, I'll take it as a badge of honor. I'll take it as a badge of honor. I'll take it as Arsenal. We're so good at set pieces. We've scored 12 goals from set pieces this season. 12 goals. 12 goals from set pieces. Our set piece delivery from Declan Rice is impeccable. Gabriel Magalhaes once again getting involved in the goal. And we now are the first team in Premier League history to get 8 goals from corners in our first 10 games this season. Arsenal's delivery from set pieces, once again, is just unbelievable. We are the best set piece team in Premier League history.
There's an argument to be made. I mean, we're so clear of anyone else. The thing is, it's not a case of like, oh, we're only like, maybe 1 or 2 ahead of second place. We're like, what is it now? 7 or 8 from the second most set piece scored in the season. That's the crazy number. Like, it's like, even if you go over the last sort of 3 seasons, we're probably double digits away from second place. And that's kind of the dominance that we show. The thing is, I don't really take the jokes even to heart or anything. I don't even take them seriously because do you think Liverpool fans are going to cry if you said Salah won you the league? Or do you think City fans care that the treble was won by Haaland or KDB? No, like these are things like at the end of the day, when you have quality and when you have something that you can exploit, you exploit it. If your team is really good at something, you lean on it. And if we're really good at set pieces, I expect us to keep leaning on them. And even if that means a set piece every single game, that means a set piece every single game. I don't really care how we score. I don't care how we win a game. As long as we're winning and we've got silverware to show for it. And if that's what it results in, I don't think anyone's going to look back and go, oh, well, they only done it with set piece. Even if they do want to do that, go for it. It's still a Premier League title. Or if we go on to win, a Champions League with it, it's still a Champions League. It doesn't make it any less of a cup win.
Declan Rice's goal. Take it away. What do you think?
Magnificent. And this is kind of what I think a lot of people are concerned with.
Nice
can we open up teams? Yeah, can we open up teams? Can we break those sort of low blocks of defensive structures? And you know what? We did it in the perfect way. This is where like Arteta's sort of different styles is coming together. We got our set piece goal, but then we also transitioned them and made something of it. And you know what I think made it even better? Because Gyökeres' pass was brilliant. Don't get it twisted, right? But it did overplay as well. Whereas with like someone didn't get to it and Trossard got to it and still made something happen from it. And I think that's the kind of like what we need to start seeing is when we have these opportunities, take advantage. And, Rice, absolutely superb, box crashing. That's kind of what we want to see from him. And he comes up again with another trump goal. And yeah, it was a superb goal from back to front.
Saliba returned after people expected him to be potentially out for this game. I was a little bit surprised that he started. I thought he would have maybe been rested this game, but I guess he was okay to play. Maybe some mind games from Arteta. What do you think?
I mean, potentially it could also just be the fact that he was fatigued and they just wanted to keep him out and, not necessarily like an injury that kept him out. A lot of these players, you got to understand, they've been playing a lot of minutes, like even last season, international breaks, all of this sort of stuff. And maybe it's just managing minutes. And I think, you know what it is? I think a lot of people are now surprised by how he's managing the players. Whether you look at Saka, for example, he comes off a lot more. Gyökeres is coming off. When you look at Saliba, he's come off a few times now. And even when you look at someone like Calafiori, who's had injury problems, he's also coming off in a lot of these games as well. I think it's a matter of, even Zubimendi, for example, came off for Ødegaard, and that's happened a few times. So I think it's just the fact that we're surprised. Well, I'm not going to say surprised, but I think we're just shocked that Arteta's finally doing the things he's been critiqued for. Whether you like him, whether you hate him, whether you're out in whatever, we've all said the same thing. His in-game management could do with some work, and now we're actually seeing it, and it's shocking us. Because even today, like, I know some people are saying he felt something, or like, he might have had a muscular injury, but Gyökeres coming off at 45 minutes. That's not the first time, by the way, we've seen a half-time substitution from Arteta. We've seen Eze come on for Marino. We've seen a few of these sort of substitutions happening throughout the season. It's just the fact that Arteta's evolved, and it's kind of shocking people. That's why it's becoming a talking point. But the reality is, this is what we've asked for.
You know what? Comfy at the top. He had a muscular issue. He's not playing this week. This weekend. What? He's not playing this week.
Unless he meant this week, Tuesday. I don't know.
Who do we play Tuesday again?
Slavia Prague.
Yeah, we're gonna whoop Slavia Prague regardless if Gyökeres plays or not.
It is away. I'm not gonna say we'll walk them. I do think we'll beat them, but away is always.
Marino can deal with it, or we could play a Noose. Either way is fine.
Yeah. Noose had a really good game, actually.
By the way, when it comes to who's our biggest threat, where is it? Who's Arsenal's biggest threat? It's really just Arsenal. Arsenal's biggest threat is Arsenal. We are our own biggest threat, and when it comes to the actual title. Bukayo Saka said it in the interview pre-game. You guys seen what he said, right?
No, I didn't see any.
Bukayo Saka pre-game, when speaking about the title, said, we are still in October. We just have to keep working, keep winning games, keep building momentum, and see where it leaves us towards the back end of the season. And luckily, I had that quote up earlier today when I tweeted it, so I found it quite quickly. But yeah, that is a key part to what we need to stay humble. I know it's tough for me, but I'll be real. When these guys are talking about title thing, they've seen Man City come back from a bigger deficit than what we currently have. 7 points is still not safe. We need to just keep winning our games. But luckily for us, Liverpool and City have been slipping up a lot, and maybe our set pieces are a little bit more sustainable than people thought. But yeah, we definitely do have the title credentials at this point. We definitely are a serious title favorite. And I don't think anyone can sit there and lie about it anymore. I think people were lying to themselves all summer saying, yeah, Arsenal are going to fall off, Arsenal are going to fall off, Arsenal fall off. They completely missed the signs of Liverpool potentially falling off.
Yeah, I think it was naivety from a lot of Liverpool fans, and the fact that their team was never balanced coming out of that transfer window. Once they got Hugo Ekitike, the need for Isak actually decreased, but they didn't want to accept any of these sort of narratives that a lot of people kind of put out there. We weren't lying when we said that, they will stumble, and these sort of players coming in, your team's so imbalanced, so like shitly put together, to be frank. You broke the transfer record twice when you didn't need to do it. And that's the reality. The team was constructed in a shit way. Their egos got the better of them, and now they're suffering for it. And you know what? I'm not even going to have any sympathy. I don't give a shit about their rebuild because you spent £500 million. Hold it. Because you guys were arrogant when you were winning 5 games in a row. Now you want to bring all the narratives out, all of the excuses out. Now what? It's just because, and this is the problem now. It's like, I agree. I think the biggest threat for Arsenal is going to be Arsenal, because we're 7 points clear, regardless of whether City or Liverpool win. We're still going to be 6 or 7 points clear of them. We now need to just keep concentrating, keep winning games, putting runs together, and just keep extending that gap and just run away with it and just keep
7 points, bro. 7 points at the top of the table, and the team that were 7 points ahead is actually Bournemouth.
No, it's 7 at the moment. But if City win, then they're 7 points behind us. If Liverpool win, If City win, they're 6 points.
I'm talking about Bournemouth and Tottenham right now. We're 7 points ahead.
Yeah, but even Bournemouth are gonna one of City or Bournemouth have to drop points.
Yeah.
So regardless, one of them is dropping points. Yeah.
And Tottenham
are playing now. Yeah, they're playing Chelsea. So one of the other threats is gone as well.
Fairs. As for the next topic that we need to discuss, player ratings, and just quickly discussing each player. So we're going to get into each player. First, David Raya. Did he have to do anything, bro? Let's keep it real. Did David Raya have to do anything? That's another game where he had 0 saves to make, and he had 1 high claim. Bro, what did he do the whole game? he literally had nothing to do. He's probably the best keeper on fantasy. You just don't. He never faces shots. You just got to chill, sit back, relax. He's gonna get all the personal accolades. And don't get me wrong, just because he doesn't have a lot of work to do, he's still a good keeper. But damn, Raya,
Do you know what it is? It's actually harder because when that moment comes where you have to come into action, it's a lot harder to stay concentrated when you've had nothing to do.
Because he hasn't had anything to do,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him 7.7.
Yeah, like a standard rating, yeah.
7 for David Raya because he just doesn't have much to do. So let him chill.
Ollie, the goal at the end, it hit the post. Even that, he didn't have to go. You didn't have
It
to do
wasn't even a shot on target. Did they have a shot on target?
No, it hit the post. I'm pretty sure it hit the post.
No,
I could be wrong.
They had 3 shots eventually, but that was all in the second half.
You know when they all came after the 70th minute.
Yeah, but 0 on target.
Yeah, it was hitting the post. I'm 100% sure it was hitting the post.
One hit the post. Yeah, one hit the post. Would that have gone in? Maybe. Who knows?
No, as in because he said he had to make a save. I don't think he did.
That doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't count as a shot on target. Doesn't count as a shot on target. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a 7. Next, let's go to the defensive line, the back line. Let's just do them in order. First things first, I'm gonna do Timber, solid 7. Nothing really.
Yeah.
He could have I felt like he could have got an assist, but we just weren't clinical in the final third. So give Timber a 7. You want to do the center back pairing together? What are you saying?
Nah, Gabriel gets a bit more for the assist in it, but I'll say like an 8 and a 7.5. Gabriel gets an 8. Saliba gets a 7.5. Both are solid, but again, like it's tough when they've not really had to do a lot. But yeah, say standard rating, like just good performances.
What are you giving them?
Gabriel gets an 8 and Saliba gets a 7.5 just for the assist rate.
You think Saliba was just a little bit better than Timber?
Oh, then 7, but Gabriel gets a 0.5 higher than whoever.
Gabriel gets an 8. Give Gabriel an 8. Give Gabriel an 8. But then we're setting a precedent. Gyökeres is going to get higher than that. Calafiori, you know what? I've seen a lot of people talking about Calafiori versus Cucurella midweek. Personally, let's just win games. Who cares about these individual player accolades and comparisons? Calafiori, 72 minutes, played amazing. Great performance from him. Didn't put a foot wrong. And he's always such a threat in the final third. But today, he didn't really get into the final third too much.
He didn't need to. Like, he just did what he needed to do because Trossard actually had an okay game.
What are you saying, 7?
Yeah, 7. Same as Timber.
Calafiori gets a 7. Ricardo Calafiori had himself a decent game, but nothing special, to be honest. What are we doing with the next one? Who's next?
Zubimendi.
Midfield. I thought Zubimendi changed. You know, people finally realized Zubimendi's changed their life because of that graphic. Did you see that graphic? That graphic has made people realize how much Zubimendi has changed our team.
I mean, I've been banging that drum for ages, but
we're so good defensively, but then the trend has now been we're so much better defensively. And I really do believe it's down to the difference between Partey and Zubimendi and how much he is just so much better than Partey in the defensive end of the football pitch, as much as it holding on to possession, as much as it's about everything else that he does. He just elevates our whole team to another level.
I did say this to people. I said, like, he's going to be the biggest upgrade that we can make. And people were kind of denying it. No, like, we'll see. Oh, no. I told you, the guy is phenomenal. The signing of the summer, I said this from the very minute we signed him, that it doesn't matter who else anyone does. People said I'm going too early, I'm losing the head, I'm delusional. But I told you, like, Zubimendi is going to change lives. He's going to be one of the pivotal reasons why we have success coming forward. And that could go into European success as well.
Look at this. We had by far the best defense last season. That's open play, allowed XG, and allowed threat. We allowed the least last year, and now we allow even less. That much less. Like, that's huge difference. Look at the difference from Liverpool. What the hell?
Yeah, but Liverpool never been a good defensive side, though. They've always been this open.
They were one of the better teams last year.
Yeah, but that's because they won the league, innit? But, like, they've never really been that, like, that team.
No, but this is impressive. This is impressive. You guys know I love my graphics, but this is impressive.
Mm.
And I do think the midfield has a big part to play because for the longest time we're saying Declan Rice, but maybe people overrated Partey's defensive contribution because clearly we're a lot better.
He had moments in his game where he like let goals in, like even against PSG, that was like a highlight moment. But even if you go back to the Newcastle games, when you go
Yeah,
back to
I'm not going to blame him too much for that. As for Rice, so I'm going to rate the midfield quite simple. When it comes to Zubimendi, he's going to get a 7.5. Declan Rice, he's going to get an 8. Yeah, he's going to get the same as Gabriel for me, 8. And then Eze's going to get a 7.
no, but Rice scored and basically like pre-assisted. I'll give him an 8.5.
Okay, fair. I'll give him give him an 8.5, and then he should be in the conversation for man of the match. Also,
No, he is. Yes.
yes, I was giving him an 8 because I don't know why. So 8.5, but yeah, Eze clearly was just not up to the level today. I feel like him and Saka's the next person we need to speak about. I thought Saka could have easily had 2 goals in this game. Those 2 shots, he should have buried one of them at least. He could have had a goal. People were talking about it during the match. All over the place, I was seeing people talking about it, and I'm just saying to myself, I fully agree. Saka's just not been as clinical lately, and Saka, I think a year ago maybe buries one of them. Just right now, he just needs to gain a little bit more confidence in the final third and calm down, slow down the game a little bit. Saka has not been the best in front of goal yet, so hopefully he can do that. But yeah, tough chances, didn't bury them, but it is what it is. Next, Leandro Trossard. Wait, by the way, I gave Saka. I'm gonna actually give Saka a harsh rating. I think Saka gets a 6.5.
No, I agree. I don't think it was one of his good games. I think there were moments in the game, like you just mentioned, the 2. I just think he needed a bit of a rest. I think after like the 60th, maybe 70th minute, that's why I was a bit surprised when Ethan came on for Eze. I was like, the player that needed to come off was Saka at some point, whether that was for Max, whether there's another player on the bench that we could have brought him on for. But yeah, it's one of those ones. Yeah, but I agree, 6.5.
Next, Leandro Trossard, 100th appearance, good performance from him. He got an assist. I'll give him a 7.58. What are you saying?
7.5, I agree with. I thought it was actually one of his better games in terms of like him starting and actually showing a bit more of a complete performance. There were moments where he was getting bullied by Walker and he was losing his head. He could have had that moment where a red card debate could have been happening, but thankfully he didn't do anything too extreme because there was a bit of a kick out that he had as well. And then he also kicked out of Walker as well. But overall, I'm going to say 7.5. I thought he had a good game. It was composed. He did a lot more. He was effective with the ball. So yeah.
You know what? When you're flying at the top of the table like this, I think the referees are scared to do such a crazy decision for a simple kick out. They're scared to
No,
give
but
out.
he had 2 moments though. Like he had a bit of a tackle on Walker, which on another day a yellow card could have been given. And then obviously I don't think the kick out happens at that point. But he also did have
I'm
a
saying
kick out.
I don't think they would give a red for that. Obviously,
No, but you could have got 2 yellow cards, and that's what.
Fairs. Next, Gyökeres, man of the match, best player for the pitch. We already spoke about him in the 6th minute of the video. Got a goal, got himself 3 chances created. One of them led to the assist that from Trossard to Declan Rice. I think he gets a 9. He played 45 minutes and basically helped us guarantee the win.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was contrasting 2 halves. I think the first half we played some beautiful football, where Gyökeres was also at the heart of a lot of the movements that we had. Second half, again, I understand we're 2-0 up, so we're probably just shutting up shop and slowing things down, and we're not kind of going for it at that point. But you can see like the difference it made when Gyökeres came off and how much the dynamics changed. The space was kind of crowded, and that's kind of what Gyökeres is doing at the moment. He's magnetizing a lot of the defenders towards him, giving our wingers more opportunities to kind of create things for himself or for themselves. So, yeah, I think Trossard, I think Gyökeres today, 9, 8.5, 9. I think Rice and Gyökeres, arguably, like whoever you want to give the man of the match to, you can do because they were both phenomenal today.
People, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now if you're watching. And if you're on Twitter, come check us out on YouTube, guys. Come support the channel, Eagle Talks Football on YouTube if you enjoy this kind of content. And if you're watching on Twitter, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are saying, because I see a lot of you guys watching on Twitter, but none of you guys really commenting on Twitter. By the way, let's just go to the subs bench before we go any further. Mikel Moreno came on. I kind of felt like he just calm 7-6, didn't really do much. Hincapié played like 20 minutes, I think. Didn't really notice anything at that point. Burnley weren't really offering us a threat. Ethan came on, same thing, didn't really notice anything. Norgard came on, and I noticed he was the one taking the long throws. That was interesting. But all of those guys are going to get 6s. And I just wanted to shout out Myles Lewis-Skelly. Did you know Myles Lewis-Skelly, that was his 50th appearance for Arsenal?
That's such a crazy, isn't it?
Unbelievable. He's already had 50 appearances for the club.
But yeah, Arteta doesn't like to use the...
Bro, 2022 December was his first appearance.
It doesn't... If I felt like it was last season. It's crazy.
He had his first appearance in the 2022 season. And it was in like, I forget what competition. He had his first Premier League appearance last season. But his first appearance for Arsenal was in the 2022-2023 season, I think, in Europe.
It probably was. It probably would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, he's a phenomenal player as well. And you know what? At least he's taking it on board. Like, I know he played a lot of minutes last season, and this season it's kind of been cut off. But even when he does play, he's playing with professionalism. He's coming on, doing his job. So, you know what? You got to credit the young guy.
Yeah, I'm looking. I can't see anything about 2022, 2023. I don't know why that it says that, but definitely not accurate. I don't think that's true. You know, sometimes you see something and it's like, yeah, it just can't be true.
It might be. It might be like one of those off European games, like, you know, when we've already qualified or something.
No, because his first season in the first team was last year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he played 39 games last season. He's played 11 already this season. So yeah, I don't know why it says 2022, 2023. It's all 2024, 2025. He played 10 games in the Champions League last year. Unbelievable in his debut season. This year, people were saying, oh, he might not get many minutes with Calafiori. He's played 11 games already. Now, I know he might be coming off the bench for all of them, but damn. Shout out to Myles Lewis.
We've got a Champions League team, we've got a Premier League team, and that's kind of how it's flowing at the moment. We've got to use the squad if we want to win more than the Premier League, and it looks like Arteta's intents are to try and go for everything.
Arteta trusts the squad. That is a key point.
Yeah.
He really trusts the squad, and I rate the fact that Arteta trusts the squad. You can clearly tell the biggest difference from last year to this year, the way that he does his substitutions, the way that he rotates the team, the way that even in game he makes changes. He trusts this team way more than he ever trusted an Arsenal team.
100%.
And before we go any further, there was a rumor about your boy Ødegaard to Barcelona. Do you believe it?
No.
Basically, Indicala has reported that what is it? Indicala?
Yeah. He's become a pro again.
This guy, I don't know when he became legitimate, but reports coming out of Spain that Barcelona have added Martin Ødegaard to their list of players that they're interested in. So Barcelona have made Martin Ødegaard on their short list. We understand Barcelona believe that the player is ready for a major career change. The Spanish club will make moves, their move in June. Arsenal fans are getting excited, saying sell him right away. I've seen some people saying 80 million, 100 million. Personally, for me, I don't think he gets sold. I don't believe this rumor.
Barcelona don't have the kind of money that Arsenal will accept, because this isn't going to be a player that goes for £30 million, £40 million. It is going to be in the upper close to 100 million. And I think people need to understand, I know Ødegaard had an off season, but the quality this kid possesses, well, not this kid anymore, but this man possesses, is something that you can't just go and buy. He's great at what he does, man. People need to understand the impact. Like once he comes back, you'll realize the impact he makes. Even for Gyökeres, for example, I think Gyökeres starts firing at a lot more rate once Ødegaard comes back.
Yeah, you know, I just think it's one of those ones where it's like Somebody put 2 and 2 together, but I don't know how true it is.
I mean, look, if they do come in with a £100 million bid, it's hard to say no.
Former Real Madrid player also going to Barcelona is always like stinky, you know.
Yeah, but it was never good at Madrid for a minute. So,
but would he do it?
I don't think he will until we do something significant.
We're gonna do it this season.
You know what it is? I think because Saliba signed a new deal, they needed another person to start rocking the boat with. So now they're gonna do, because Ødegaard hasn't been rumored to sign a new deal yet. So they're gonna be like, oh, Ødegaard's now moving. So they need someone in it because Saliba signed a deal. They can't use him exactly. So,
but Ødegaard does have 4 years left on his current deal.
Yeah, but you know, Saliba also had 3 years, but they were still talking about him going to Madrid. So they have to do it. It's just stupidity in it from the media.
All right. That is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else to be said here. Final synopsis. You guys, love you guys. Love for the support. I really do appreciate it, especially during these tough times. I really do appreciate all the love and support you guys give us. And hopefully you already know what it is. Ego Talks Football. Souls, thank you for joining me, man. Really do appreciate you every single time. And once again, big up to everybody who's been watching the channel. I've been having a tough couple days personally. But yeah, when it comes to Arsenal, they lightened up my mood. When it comes to this channel and all you guys showing me some support, it really lightens up my mood. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love for the love, people. Peace.